soccer podcast for us, by us. Talk about the connection between black soccer and the culture today. You got your boy here, Grego. TK on the ones and twos. Coach Tony's back in the crib. Ringo here. How y'all liberal blacks doing today?
Bro, we
black ass inside, I tell you that.
Bro, we back. Hey, we inside Cinco de Mayo. Hey, we turning up, baby.
Negro de Mayo.
What we all drink? I got my margarita going. Y'all know I had my tacos earlier. I got my compost kit on. And it's a fake compost kit. You can't get more Mexican than that, baby.
I'm sipping out the culture mug. You know what I'm talking about, in the Club America kit. You know what I mean? I'm drunk, I'm faded, man. What's dated, baby?
Look at TK switching lanes over there. What, is he bankhead bouncing? Is he bankhead bouncing over
there? I got me some bottle margarita.
Okay. It's a good thing that y'all aren't out at Piedmont right now. I understand that Piedmont Park was pretty much popping today.
Bro, y'all ain't know. Bro, Georgia's back. We open, baby. Hey,
yes, sir. Trader Joe's was popping, man. I went to Trader Joe's.
TK was in Trader Joe's. No mask on. In there, mask off.
Just raw dogging. Just raw dogging in the store.
TK, what you got there? TK, you got some cashews?
These are the pecan pralines, man. Shout out Trader Joe's, bro. They almost got the sponsorship for this episode. I'm just going to
Hey, black man and his nuts. Can't get in way with that.
Whoa.
And
North Avenue got me a little Popeyes chicken sandwich for lunch, and Piedmont was popping, man. Everyone on their bikes, doing like little small clusters of fucking not social distancing. It was great.
God, you're black. Did you get a haircut too?
I need to.
Haircut too, TK?
Gorilla looking. If I turn the spotlight on, y'all see my.
Hey, he's social distancing light. What's up, Greg?
Just because you're in groups does not mean you're social distancing. Like, that shit is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I'm like, I know everybody want to go outside and go to the parks and, be out of the house, but like we've been saying the past few weeks, be smart about this shit, because ain't like there's a vaccine out there and the drugs out there for it ain't confirmed yet. So please.
Hey, and plus the shit killing black folks, and we out here in line for fucking Jordans.
Numbers. Like, yeah, like,
you're right.
For us out there, do not play with this shit. Like,
honestly, seriously though, like, the white listeners, like, America's great again, because black folks ain't outside, man. Because, like, white folks is everywhere right now. Like, white folks is like, oh my, what a time to be alive.
Have you noticed though that like all the black female mayors, they're the ones that's telling everybody keep your ass at home? It was Atlanta, Chicago, New Orleans, San Francisco. They said all of them like, stay your ass home. I forgot the whole acronym. Say, play your motherfucking black ass home before I beat your ass. All that shit.
But Greg, but the governors though, the white governors are saying it's okay to go back out, bro.
We're open.
Like, seriously, man. Like, Georgia, like, we're going insane. Like, hey, this past weekend, like, any of the listeners from Georgia, folks are outside. Accidents again. There's traffics. Motherfuckers are shooting again. It's like, bro, we back.
Hey, pit bulls are loose in the neighborhood.
Bro,
pit bulls are just roaming, just like, yo, what up?
Bro,
seriously.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I went to Walmart today, nigga, in the J's, nigga, because I had to let them know. We back, baby.
So, hey, y'all catch 4, 5, and 6 episode?
I caught 5. I caught 4. Hey, I caught 4, and I caught 5. I haven't watched 6 yet.
Okay, we're gonna slow down, reel it back. Tony, Grego?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They finally went into something that, especially for me as someone that's actually from North Carolina, that shit kind of hits home for a lot of people, because they went into the issue of like Republicans, blacks buy sneakers too, that Jordan said, like back in the 90s when what that was there was a black candidate running for Senate, Harvey Gantt, running against the notorious Jesse Helms, notorious for segregation, all that shit, Jim Crow and all that. And they were basically looking for Jordan to give an endorsement of Harvey Gantt, and he wouldn't do it. And the line that he gave that kind of is still kind of dogs him to this day is Republicans buy sneakers too. And you know, I have mixed feelings about that, just because, like I said, as someone who saw that as a kid, it didn't really hit me back then as it does now. But here's something that I just kind of spin things a little bit, because after the civil rights movement of the 60s, I really do think that, like, you really didn't see a lot of activism like that in pro sports, at least not here like that. Like outside of like Jim Brown and Kareem, it was like it died down like a whole lot for a minute. Like you didn't see Magic doing it. You definitely didn't see OJ doing it. You didn't see Jerry Rice or Walter Payton really doing it. Like for a long time, you really didn't see any of us really stepping out there like that when it came to.
But we know why that is, though. I mean, like, we had gotten to that point, when I say we, quote unquote, loosely, and I'm talking about the black athlete.
Mm-hmm.
We had gotten to that point that we are the $1 million athletes. We were the top athletes within our profession. We were getting all this fan attention and stuff like that, and people were, buying our shoes and T-shirts and everything like that. And so we had, not to say that we had made it, but we did make it to a certain point. So that's why it wasn't like that same level of hunger. You know what I'm saying? Even when, like, if you talk about Muhammad Ali back in the 60s and stuff like that, I mean, yeah, he was pound for pound the greatest champion in the world, but he was still being called an N-word.
Yo,
right?
I'm not black, I'm OJ. You know what I mean? The athletes, they didn't care when you reach that certain level. Like Tony, like you're saying, you reach that certain level, it's like I didn't care what was going on in regards to like social, injustice. I'm black. You know what I mean? I'm rich.
Right.
I'm rich, bitch.
Right.
I would say for myself, and I was hurt when MJ made that comment back in the day. Like because at that same time, I was a little kid. I was an impressionable kid. I was, from the age of 8 to 14 years old, I was begging for a black superstar hero. Right. And I grew up in a family where, my godmother, her grandfather was an owner of a Negro League baseball team. He owned the Homestead Grays, Cumberland Posey. So I grew up with this passion for Negro League baseball. So Jackie Robinson was obviously one of my heroes growing up. So I always felt like a top star athlete should have, not only should you be the best, but you should have also a level of like, I'm going to fight for the system, or against the system, I should say. But when you get to the 90s and stuff like that, like late 80s, 90s and stuff like that, that wasn't there because also society-wise, we were quote-unquote kind of making it. And I say kind of. We had Martin Luther King birthday. Martin Luther King birthday was officially in the mid-'80s. We had all these little things that were getting better. Not to say we made it.
During the 90s, the Clinton era, man, it was the rise of the black middle class.
Right.
So it was
especially here in Atlanta. Especially here in Atlanta.
Yeah, here in Atlanta, like black folks was making it here in Atlanta. It was Black Mecca. So it was like, I'm making money. Why should I comment on the black struggle? I'm good. I finally got an invite to the country club.
Right. No, and you say that loosely, but that is an actual factual thing. People were literally getting those invites to the country club.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, when Michael said that statement, for me back then, like I said, I had a hero, Jackie Robinson, Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson. Like, those were my heroes.
Yeah, Tony, bro, how old are you really, dog? Jackie Robinson is your hero?
We just bypassed Bill Russell and Kareem.
Right. Hey, Mike Tyson, Jackie Robinson. I remember shaking Jackie Robinson's hand here in Atlanta when he played for the Atlanta Black Crackers. Bro, hey, Tony old as hell, boy.
Listeners out there,
you
do not let the views expressed by Ringo or Grego to, mess up your opinion. It is okay to study the pathway of our ancestors who have worked hard
Bro,
to get to where we are. If it were not for them, we would not have this fucking podcast, motherfucker. I will say that. I will say that cliche. Yes. Okay. So
I just want to let. Hey,
somebody's got to keep their legacy going. God damn it, it's going to be me.
Hey, I just want to let the HBCU listeners know, like Tony, like every episode is quintessential an Howard fucking alum. Like them motherfuckers will bring history up to the end of the day.
But no, like,
can this be my profile?
I'm sorry, Greg. My bad. Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Cinco de Mayo. Shit.
no,
It's
like,
not even the official. It's not even the real day of the independence.
hold up, time.
Go ahead.
A public service announcement for those of you who aren't sure. Cinco de Mayo was not the Mexican Independence Day. That's actually in September. This is actually the Battle of Puebla. Like, get your facts right.
Hey.
But
Facts.
Hey, but just like white people, we will find an excuse to party. You know what I'm saying? So like,
at this point, we just try to find a reason to go outside. Like, yo, like But to go back on that, like I think that Jordan was just caught up in that same thing where he's trying to grow his brand. And I think what they're going to go into in next week's episode with him, with his first retirement, they're going to talk about how I think the gambling like really caught up to him. There have been people who have been debating on the socials as far as, you know, whether or not the retirement was a low-key suspension. I tend to actually agree with that because I think that had it came out that he got suspended for gambling, that would have ruined his reputation, the league's reputation, all that shit. But we'll go into that in more detail.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I got a real question.
What's up?
Do Republicans buy for the culture jerseys?
Probably. I don't know. I know Uncle Ruckus hasn't yet, so hey, I ain't tripping.
But wait, time out. Here. We'll just ask the audience. Ringo, you bought a jersey, right?
Hey, bro, don't be disrespectful, man.
There's your answer right there, man.
Don't be disrespectful, man. Hey, I'm gonna switch the script. Like Last Dance episode 5 by far is my favorite episode. Like it talks about the rise of the Jordan shoe, talks about the
Mama Jordan.
What crazy. Like if Jordan's mama didn't tell him to take the meeting with Nike, like Jordan could have been wearing fucking Converse.
Adidas. What be Adidas?
No, Tony. Hey, Adidas was a shit shoe back then.
I agree,
Jordan would have signed a deal with Converse.
Here's the thing with Converse though, and I remember this because that was my first big and yes, I'm old. Fuck y'all, I don't care. But those Converse weapons, those Magic Johnson yellow and purple, were the first time that my dad like broke bread for my basketball shoe.
How much?
He bought it 2 sizes too big because he was like, "Nah, motherfucker, you don't grow into these when I'm paying this money." And so I'm not even lying. But those weapons, because you had the Bernard King, Larry Bird, Magic, and shit, I can't remember. I feel like there's someone else that I'm missing. Kevin McHale, maybe? I can't remember. But Danley, Adrian Danley. Yeah, so
Converse,
those weapons, the thing about Converse had everybody, and it was just like, I think there was too many motherfuckers on the microphone. I think that's the thing that would have dissuaded him from going to Converse. There's too many motherfuckers on the microphone. Kind of like For the Culture podcast.
But
anyway.
What people need to remember is that Adidas blew it with Mike, with Kobe, and LeBron. We could have all been wearing Adidas right now had they actually just knew what they wanted to do.
But here's something else, Grego, that you're missing too. Is like Adidas had a second shot too, back in the '90s or later on. Adidas could have because Adidas was doing the ABCD camps for basketball. Like they were known as the premier camp for ID and what ballers are going to. So like Adidas had its moments.
Yeah.
They just fumbled the bag every time.
And then they came back 30 years later and made Kanye a billionaire. So,
Yeah.
Shit happens that way. But But yeah, we actually do have some soccer to actually get into.
What? There's soccer news? No way.
Yes. Um,
Shit, what's in y'all's drink?
Bro, is this a soccer podcast? No fucking way.
somehow,
Well,
some way. Somehow,
What's-
some way.
It's a cup. Jesus.
I know we've been talking about the women's national team and their lawsuit battle with U.S. Soccer for off and on in the past year or so. It came out last week that part of their case got thrown out, and basically it's the one that everybody's been talking about as far as getting equal pay. Basically, what happened was the judges argued that this ruled on the fact that because the women willingly chose to agree to a different deal from the men, that automatically blocked them from basically asking for equal pay in this case. Just from now they do still have a case for, I guess, their travel arrangements aren't equal, so they're still able to get that. But it looks like as far as the actual pay issue goes, they're kind of stuck for now. I think at least from everything I was able to read on this, they can still appeal, but I don't think that they actually get a full resolution of this until they work out a way to just because the women's national team has their own players association as well as men have theirs. They're going to have to all unite under one.
Grego, so can you clear up for me too? Because I was able to read some stuff here and there, and obviously a lot of shit that I've been dealing with or whatever. But like, from what I read, I think initially I read something like there was some statement saying that like when the calculations came to it, that the women's team, those players were making more at some point than the men's national team or something like that. That was their argument.
And that's the weird thing because for those of you who don't know, a lot of the women's national team play in the NWSL, the pro league here, and their national team pay is tied into their pay for NWSL. So just off the jump, they're working with a different arrangement than what the men have. And I think that
it's like they're getting paid twice in a sense.
More or less, yeah. Because basically, if you're in WSL and you get called up, basically it's like another kicker comes into play with those type of deals. And I think that as long as you have that tied in together, you're going to run into a bit of a conflict because obviously the NWSL teams, they can't pay these players on their own. And if you say, okay, the U.S. Soccer can't pay for the national team players, then you're going to run into the case of where the NWSL probably ends up going bankrupt. Of course, things are already kind of jacked up right now because of the pandemic. So, it's a real tedious situation because, they want to get paid, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure all of them want the NWSL to survive. And I think in order to do that, you got to come to some type of compromise and then work towards, eventually where the men and women unite and come all under one deal.
So I got a request. Like, we actually have, a decent, female listener following or whatever, and seeing as like what COVID has done and the impact, and we definitely know that like some things are folding. And there's just going to be, I know there's a huge worry and concern about the women's game in the States and the women's game and overall. And I know FIFA has said a statement of like they're still going to continue it financially, to fund this effort to grow the women's game. Well, I feel like this is the perfect time that we bring back, our fellow female constituents for a show. We get that going, throw some stuff. Throw some darts. Ringo, you can have your questionable look. Ask the tough questions. TK can do all his, weird dances in the background. But yes, I think that's something that we need to, get going in the near future. This is me, Brent. It's kind of.
I'm sorry. What? You sound like you pandering, Tony. Do what? Do what exactly?
So I think it definitely is a discussion that needs to be had about the concern about the women's game that's going on from now on, because there's going to be leagues and teams folding. There's going to be and so the fact that like 2019 marked a monumental shift as far as like there was getting some financial investment.
From where?
You got the CBS deal. They got more exposure on the league, and like all of a sudden you're basically saying, okay,
I'm not trying to say they made it.
Okay, because I was gonna say
no. I'm not trying to say
2018, 2019, they was on Lifetime. 2019, 2020, they didn't know. Honestly, the season didn't even kick off.
Right. No, but what I'm saying as far as like after the World Cup, there was more energy, and people were like, "Oh shit, maybe we need to start investing in the women's game."
Yes.
And then COVID happens, and they're like, "Yeah, we ain't got the money." Hey, dog, I know we said we was gonna pay y'all, but look,
like it honestly, it sucks for the fucking women's game that like they win another World Cup. Like the women want to get equal pay from the national team from the players. Like from the U.S. soccer. But what's frustrating to me is it's like time after time after time, like U.S. soccer keeps shit on the women's game. So why,
it's so reliable,
bro.
It's so reliable. U.S. soccer real. It's what was it? What was that credit card company? Capital One. They were like, you know, always like I think it was Capital One. Like you always like. You're reliable. That's how U.S. soccer is, man.
Yeah, and what sucks is that like the women's team have done so much, accomplished so much, but yet every time they keep getting shitted on, it's like why? I don't know, man. It's like why even try to fucking argue with them? It's to the point. It's like, yo, do you want to get something or do you want to get nothing? That's the question the women's team should ask, man. It's like, do we want to get something? Do we want to get nothing?
And that's the question you ask the show.
I think that
it's like women. Unfortunately, the TV rating spoke for itself, man. Like they didn't support it. They get on Twitter.
It's hard to when you have stoppages like this, and this is something that MLS is going to have to pay attention to as well. Is that when you have momentum and then suddenly something happens to where that momentum gets taken away, how hard is it going to be to rebuild that once everything gets back up and running? Because you have
exactly because like unfortunately in America, women's sports does not get covered the way it should.
It's a shame because we have so many quality athletes, but like you're going to be once everything gets back up and running, you're going to have the MLB fighting for attention, the NBA, MLB. We haven't even talked about, of course, the WNBA as well, because
WNBA, NBA, NFL,
will be getting ready.
MLB. It's like women's sports gets lost in the shuffle. Hockey,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like you got all these sports that's about to come back in September, October. So it's like, where does women's sports fit in that? In the women's game, basically, like honestly, like the court saying, like, "Yo, y'all were getting 2 checks at the same time." It's bullshit and it's not fair. It's sad, man.
I just don't see like.
I just gotta say that like it's one thing for 4 dudes to be arguing about this. We definitely need to get a female perspective on this. So
Definitely.
Nah.
And since you're on this week, like I said, shout out to you for the IG with Nicole Hercules. That was some good shit on the other week. Like I said, hopefully we can get some more IG live sessions coming up soon. But yeah. And if nothing else, you know, if all else fails, we can just release the Murder Hornets on U.S. Soccer and get that shit going as well.
We're just playing a Jumanji game for 2020, and one day somebody's gonna finish it and yell Jumanji. Like, hey, I don't know which country got the dice next for June, but please roll something good, man, because
like, you can't script this shit.
Because here's the crazy part, like you know that what was that old ass movie? I think it was a Breakfast Club. It's like we keep complaining about COVID. It's like, okay, well fine then. You're gonna keep on complaining, wanna come outside, get another month of COVID. Get another month of COVID. We're gonna be like, but this will be like
no, but that's exactly it, man. I don't wanna go back to like motherfuckers, like we were flattening the curve, right? And then the weather got good, the sundresses came out, and motherfuckers was like, yo, we back outside.
yes,
like, so Georgia alone, like, bro, we saw an increase of 30% of COVID contractions in a fucking weekend, man.
like I said, y'all, be smart out here. You know, wherever you're at, wherever you're doing, be smart. Keep your mask on.
Bro, I get it. I get it. Sundresses are my weakness as well. But like, stay home, man. Like, stay home so we can all be. Hey, Juneteenth, man. I got a lot of ribs in the freezer, man. I'm trying to throw this Juneteenth party, man.
Hey man, I'm
I
saying
need
we can't have that celebration. Then, oh, bro, what we gonna do?
Bro, I can't do a Zoom Juneteenth. It just don't got the same
No.
feel.
It don't hit right.
It don't hit the same.
I'm gonna need the seafood. I'm gonna need all that shit. There. So,
Like, bro, I got a freezer full of meat. Pause. But like it's hey, is pause offensive to our listener base? I don't know. Y'all tell us tell us on the comments. Is it offensive? I won't say it if it is.
oh God, but yeah, we're gonna take it.
And there's a sponsor.
Hey, motherfucker, Cinco de Mayo. I told y'all to record tomorrow.
Take a quick break, or two. We'll be back on the view. Got some Q&As, and May the 4th be with you. We'll be right back.
Wait, that's Star Trek. I did it wrong.
That's Star Trek, homie. Good God.
All right, pause. Hold on. We're recording. Bring us back, TK or Greg or Tony.
Fuck Pro Rail.
Hey, and we're back.
So everyone to know he's not a fan of Pro Rail. Prego is. And Ringo's just sipping.
Yo, why, Tony? Why your boy Shaun Wright-Phillips trying to still say that MLS is still chasing Europe as if Europe is just one giant league and there's not like 50 different leagues all over the damn continent? Like,
Find a lie. First of all, I need you to watch yourself. Shaun Wright-Phillips is a friend. He's a buddy. Okay.
can we?
Me and I, we hang out on the regular. All right. So Shaun Wright, even though he's a Man City former player, Shaun is my homie. So you watch your mouth when you talking about Shaun Wright-Phillips. Okay. Second of all, find a lie. I mean, like, MLS is not catching up to like.
I'm sorry, what? Hey, Tony, go ahead. MLS not what?
What?
Bro, it's not seeing the Euros. It's not seeing it.
But no, I hate the comparison in general because I'm like, okay, you're comparing one league from one country from air.
Okay, all right. Pick your country. Pick a random country. We can go Romania. We can go Albania.
The Netherlands.
You know what I'm
Spain.
saying? Oh, okay, good. That's a good one. Good
The
one.
Netherlands is a quality comparison to MLS. Go ahead.
All right, so the Netherlands. So Netherlands is known as what? A proving ground, right?
No, Netherlands is known for non-defensive play. Like, if you want to be a striker, you go to the Netherlands because you're going to score buckets.
Wrong.
Like, hey, Josie Altidore was a star in the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah, because MLS is known for shutting down motherfuckers within 5-3 games.
Yeah.
They're known for
Motherfucker,
really shutting down games. Oh my
motherfucker,
gosh, it's
listen.
6-3.
Listen,
Wow, look at
motherfucker,
that
hey,
score.
hey, one
Yeah,
of the best,
MLS, great job.
the best
Dynamite job. Working that
athletic
plus.
defensive leagues in the world. The Major League Soccer.
You're telling me Major League Soccer is known as a shutdown league? Are you
Yes.
kidding me?
Bro, parody. Tony, definition of parody.
It's not even that's not the topic. You said shut down the
It is. Look, we haven't had a back-to-back winner since LA Galaxy like 7 years ago.
That's two different arguments.
It's the same
You're bringing
argument.
an argument of parity. Yes, MLS has parity. I'm not contesting that. But you want to talk about defense? MLS is not known for defense. Are you fucking kidding me? When you got Sideshow Bob scoring hat tricks left and right, bruh.
Sideshow Bob, first of all, Tony, you're drunk. Sideshow Bob plays in the Premier League. First of all. So, like, don't disrespect.
Two of them actually do.
Yeah, two of them play on the same fucking team. My fucking team. like, no, seriously, man. Like, I hate when fucking players from Europe shit on MLS. It's like you fucking played here because you had no fucking other option. And in all the countries in Europe, you're fucking in a quality game, you're getting a quality paycheck, and your family's taken care of. Stop shitting on this league, man. Fuck Shaun Wright-Phillips, man. I say that shit. The motherfucker's on the live right now. I say that shit to his face, man.
Hey, Shaun, just so you know, homie.
Nah, hey, Shaun, at me, bruh. Bruh, Shaun, at me, bro. You couldn't even fucking play in the fucking Yugoslavian league, bruh.
Shaun, again, I want to say the expressions that were made by my counterpart, they do not represent my thoughts. Me and you,
Hey,
we can go back and throw them just
bro.
like we did in Baltimore, homie. You know what I'm saying?
The only Wright-Phillips we represent is Bradley, bruh. That's the only representation. The only one we acknowledge on this podcast is Bradley, bruh.
You did there.
Hey, get your scoring game up, Shaun. Bro, Shaun ain't even spelled right. All right, y'all got it, man. I'm done, man. I'm drunk.
To the wire.
Hey, motherfucker, Omar coming. Shaun, hey, Omar coming. Shaun, bet you get cut in MLS.
Shaun, again, those expressions that were made, those are by Ringo himself alone.
Yeah, at me. Hey, at the Ringo show, Shaun. Holla at me.
My homie, I still think that you're the better Wright-Phillips. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Even though you're a ANC former player,
That's
still
what,
your homie.
No, but Greg, go ahead, man. Like, I just, it's disrespectful to our fucking league, man. And Tony, it's disrespectful that you fucking acknowledge that shit, man.
Well, wanted to just
Go ahead. Hey, go ahead, TK. Go ahead, TK.
MX, Liga MX, baby.
to be fair to Ringo's comments or angle, however you want to look at it, the perspective is when a lot of players will comment once they come to MLS, they are looking forward to the league and its toughness. That is a consistent comment that I hear when players come into MLS and they're going through their random Jillian Sakovic interview or whatever on the sideline. And what are you looking forward to this season? Well, a lot of testing myself and blah, blah, blahs, Like even fucking Zlatan probably said in some slighted way of him being a tiger or a lion, So with that being said, people do say that, but I don't know if it's on the level.
So you really don't think there's a competitiveness in MLS compared to Europe?
It lacks. Definitely.
Like the Netherlands league, that I think that's a good, comparison. I would say that if you took 10 teams, 12 teams out of the championship in England and had them play MLS, I think 10 of those teams would probably win. I think you probably only see.
Are you fucking kidding? 10 teams would beat MLS teams?
Well, we're dealing with big payrolls anyway, so that start there. Like they're all making more money than most in MLS, even in the championship. So I would say that there's a fair shot.
No, because they make it more because of TV deals. There is no TV deal comparatively.
Now I will say this. I do think that the thing that bugs me about that statement is that people are acting as though everything in Europe is equal. The EPL isn't equal to Holland.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I that's fair. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Like that part, it's like, there's levels of this shit, as they say, and it's somewhere in that line. You probably say, I would give it about if MLS was in Europe, they'd probably be like Belgium. That's just how I kind of see that. But
MLS would be Belgium?
Yeah,
bruh. I don't know what podcast I'm on right now, man. Like y'all, it hurts me like how people downplay Major League Soccer.
No, I think it's good. I think Belgium is a damn good league. It just ain't the best. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like comparing Jordan to Kobe. It's like just because you say Jordan's better doesn't mean that Kobe's bad.
Tag me in. So is Belgium league better than MLS?
Oh.
Thank you, TJ.
I was maybe the top 3 teams, but like most of it, no.
So okay, all right. So I bring it back as I always bring it back. Top 5 leagues in the world. MLS is top fucking 5, man. TK, name 5 better leagues in MLS.
The border. We did this though, man. Like I don't know how many episodes ago, but we did.
I keep doing it. Because you guys don't fail. You fail to realize MLS is a top 5 league in the world.
On the cusp. Here's the things that MLS. It's like
I give it as a 7.
You're a 7. Tony, you're a 7. Okay?
That's fair. I agree with that. That's fair. But you know what?
Hold on, Tony.
Sevens can win championships, all right, bitch. Okay? Sevens can hit the corner 3. Sevens can hit a penalty kick. Sevens can make that save. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, TK, go ahead. TK, I want to hear your argument. Go ahead.
Robert Horry has more rings than Charles Barkley will ever see. Is he a Hall of Famer as far as like compared to like?
Yes, he is.
So you think Robert Horry is a better player than Charles Barkley?
How many rings does he have?
That's what I'm saying. He's a 7 player. He is a 7 player. He's not a Charles
I can't
Barkley.
do this. Can I please hear TK? TK, please.
I will be all right with my 7.
no, but, if you were gonna compare it to like something like a FIFA rating, it's like MLS is on the cusp. It's like a good player that isn't going to get transferred to Real Madrid and be on the starting 11. They're not even gonna make the 18, but they will still get transferred. You know what I'm saying? Like they have enough quality to get the transfer, but they are by no means the best.
So here's a question.
There's like
do MLS players play against the best players?
MLS players have competitiveness going for the league as itself. There's more competition than the Netherlands.
It's a criteria point.
More competition.
MLS players play against the best players in the world.
Honestly, I would say this.
And no,
MLS players can go pound for pound, position for position, 1 through 6. 1 through 6. Position. Hey, we're going traditional positions. 1 through 6 MLS players. If you take the best players in any league, MLS players from 1 goalkeeper, backline, midfield can compete against the best players in Europe, South America. Now, strikers, MLS unfortunately does not produce fucking goal scorers.
I agree with you in the midfield, but
Okay. I'm waiting TK over. Go ahead.
You're onto something because I again, back to the comment I made, MLS has a reputation for being a tough league. And it is a competitive in the sense that of the 32 teams.
Tough though, TK. What are the teams we talk about? We talk about travel. We talk about like the schedule.
Hey, Tony, we're not talking about that. We're talking about position.
These things y'all bring up in conversation before.
No. TK, go ahead. Tony drunk. Go ahead.
Just the actual like playing.
Your own argument against you.
No, playing the teams between each another rather. MLS is known to be a tough league. Go back and listen to tons of interviews. Tons and tons of top quality players who come to this country to play in MLS.
I'm not saying that though. I say that jokingly. I'm sorry.
I'm going to round now. MLS players play against the world's best competition and what that has to offer based on these facts. The young players will either play through MLS coming from a South American country, or they'll completely bypass it, and then they'll come back because they're on a great team and they're going to practice against an MLS team in the middle of the summer. Or you get the great players who come to MLS after they've retired and they still play MLS players. So MLS players are being exposed to A, upcoming great players, B, current great players, C, aging great players. At me.
Honestly, it's the best scenario. It's the proving ground. Like MLS is the Hunger Games. Like if you want to make it or if you want to prove that you still got it, you come to Major League Soccer in America. Like straight up. Like, and that's the thing. Like American fans have to realize what we have here. Like we have the Hunger Games here. Like hell, like Tony, like you said, hella travel. The weather's crazy. Pitches are fucking crazy. Like if you can fucking
football fields, you play on football fields.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like you play in Yankee Stadium. Like if you can weather the storm of Major League Soccer, like you can either make it to Europe or show like, yo, I'm still worth it. And that's what's so dope about our league.
So let me ask you this question.
Is it me or TK?
This is general. Whoever wants to answer.
All right.
If you're some European kid, let's go with. There's a lot of Belgian talent coming through the ranks. They might go French broad, but let's just say you're a Belgian kid and you have your options. You get some options from some English, championship teams. You get some interest from, some Dutch league. You get some interest from, obviously some of the French league, and then you get some interest from some MLS. If you're that Belgian kid, are you saying, when you talk about proving ground, if you're that Belgian kid, would you take your talents to west of the Atlantic Ocean?
Well, TK, you want to take it? I'll let you go first.
So check this. If you are the best five, or if you're in the top five, or out of all the players in MLS, if you are top five out of
they're not in MLS yet. They're not in MLS yet.
Yeah, you're still in Europe. So you're 25 and under. You're in Belgium. Where do you go?
Yeah, all right. 25 and under. Would you come to MLS?
Yes.
All right. So just go with me here. If you're the best player in MLS, where are you going? If you're the top 10 best players in MLS, where are you going?
Europe. Unfortunately, Europe is still the mecca for young players because of what you grew up watching, right?
So okay, I'm in Belgium. I'm currently in Europe, and I can't get the offer or into just the right.
That's why I said Championship of English Premier League, Dutch League, maybe the French League, and then MLS.
It's going to be French League.
MLS.
It depends on the Dutch team. The French League.
This is like a real scenario. This is a real scenario.
The French League, one of the top 3 Dutch teams, then MLS. If it's not one of the top 3 Dutch teams, then it's going to be definitely MLS and then the Dutch League.
But you got to think about it, man. It's transcontinental. Like Europeans, like right now, they're not coming to MLS because you got to think about it. Europe, the EU, the European Union, right?
Well, Brits. Oh, I got to interject. Brits are coming to the MLS.
Yes, because
Brits are.
So you got to, hey Tony, you got to remember, there's a very good TV deal in England for MLS games. So these young guys.
Yeah, there's that part of it, and there's two, like, obviously the English aspect. There's the language aspect. Like, people always gloss over that part, but speaking the language plays a huge factor in these decisions.
Huge factor. Huge factor. And you got to think about it. It's like guys that come to MLS, you got to think about it. They're thinking longevity. Like I think about the European players that came over here. It's like in America, United States of America, your kid, you're going to get a full paycheck. Your kid's going to get a quality education. You're not going to fucking get shipped off or cut. So it's like players in Europe are starting to realize it's like, I can get a quality career in MLS. I'm going to go there. So as the TV deal gets better from MLS showing the quality of the league in Europe, you're going to get more and more younger players. In the past 4 years, like the average age of players coming from Europe to MLS has dropped in half, bro. Half. Like we're getting guys still in their prime coming to MLS from Europe.
Sure. That's true, and not just from Europe, but all over.
Yeah, South America. Like we're like
okay. So usually when we talk about this top 5 thing for MLS, and we go back and forth jokingly and everything.
Top 5 alive. It ain't a joke.
Well, I'm saying we banter about it jokingly, and I'm not going to discredit it about as far as like MLS has come over because I want to see this is our hello. I'm from this fucking country. I want to see the local product do well. Like. Obviously so. But I definitely think we got a long way to go. Have we come a long way? Absolutely. I mean, like it still cringes and pains me when you see MLS clubs recruit the players that are in their twilight of their careers. Like, and that's still a formula.
What's the last old – Zlatan was the last old player that came from Europe.
Oh, and it's still going to
That was 2
happen.
years
dude.
ago.
No, I mean that's last year, dude.
No, that was 2 years ago. He
Last
came
year.
here 2 years ago.
That was last year. What are you talking
I
about?
swear to God, that was in 2018. Zlatan came to MLS.
Talking about that was last year.
That was not 2019.
Somebody, he came in the end of 2018.
Thank you. 2018.
Yeah, but it was into 2019. I'm saying, like, he was here.
Honestly, the days of the old European player coming over here, he just can't keep up. Like,
yeah, yes, Latin, like you had them coming in here. So I'm saying, like, you had those figures here. Okay. That you're acting like that's done and kaput.
Honestly, I think it's done unless you're like a quality player, like Zlatan, like Ronaldo, like those are the only players.
Players talk about all the time. They talk about saying, "Hey, I'm gonna retire in MLS."
No,
they talk about that,
bro. They talk about MLS owners
because they know they can come to the U.S. and they can be themselves and not be hounded.
Tony, I really wish that you would see what's going on in the league now. Owners are not signing the old guys anymore.
I'm not saying you're mistaken when I said there's players who still talk about that, who come over here.
They talk about it. The guys that are saying that will never get a contract in MLS 2020 and beyond.
Can I quote you on that?
Yeah, quote me.
Quote you.
Let's quote me.
Are you saying 2020 there will be no contracts for no twilight career?
No twilight career. 2020. Wow. MLS 3.0.
Cinco de Mayo, people. I'm writing it down. Write it down.
Let me tell you, because you got to think about it.
Down.
Because with Barco, with Barco, Vela, Chicharito, you know what I mean? Like players like this coming over, like in their quote unquote prime to MLS. There is no room for the old guy anymore from Europe.
So is the old guy. That he falls into that category. To be fair,
who?
Chicharito.
Chicharito's not even 30 yet.
Bro.
That's what I'm saying though. He falls. He is that's the guy though.
He's not 30. TK, are you serious? Chicharito's not even 30 yet.
Hey, that is the new version of Frank Lampard, preload, Zlatan.
Great example.
First of all, he's 31. So
great.
He is 30.
Really?
31.
I thought Chicharito was like 28. I'm sorry.
31.
Listeners.
June 1st, 1988. Guadalajara, Mexico. 5'9", Chicharito.
Hey, I just want to say Chicharito came over here. He ain't done shit yet. So my argument still stands. But seriously, Frank Lampard, David Villa, bad example. Frank Lampard, Pirlo. Another example of two European players that came over here thought it was gonna be a cakewalk. Got fucking washed. What's his name? Kaká, washed.
Nani,
washed. Name another aging European player that came over here. It's not the same. MLS is not the same as it was 5 years ago. Y'all have to remember that.
There's a new profile though, and like you said, the owners of the clubs are not particularly buying into these older players. But however, it's Chicharito is what that looks like currently. So
okay. So the older player has technically gotten younger. So early 30s is now the older player.
And it's all based on the things that you've already previously said. Like America is very attractive to someone who lives over in Europe, and there's maybe not like restrictions and things that they're dealing with, but more freedoms that are accessible.
Yeah.
And the occasion, like outside of taxes, ain't nothing else to really worry about.
Yeah, like so to put a button on this topic, man, like MLS 3.0, 4.0, whatever, like whatever you came in here, attracting the old European player, that shit is dead. The shit's dead. Because Tony, TK, Greg, the American soccer fan, is more savvy and they demand more out of the league. Period.
Is there more American fans that are savvy? Yes. I'm not combating that. Are there more owners and stuff that are savvy? Yes, I'm not combating that either. Have we come a long way? Yes, I'm not saying that. But as far as like the European like awe and the greatness and saying like there's the American formula that still exists. They're like, yo, that motherfucker tore it up over there. Let's bring that bring that person.
Tony,
Bro,
man.
There's still that formula. Wait. That formula still exists. You're acting like all 30 plus MLS teams are like they're woke. You're acting like all 30 of them are woke. They're not.
They're not right. But the teams that are not woke do not matter. Nobody gives a fuck about Kansas City. Nobody gives a fuck about the Revs. Like, it's about the new blood, bruh. Atlanta. Like, Atlanta has not signed an old motherfucker in a minute.
Bruh. Yes, we did.
Who?
There's Jeff Renneritz.
Bro, how in this shit? How in this? Hey, listen, I'm done. We've been on this topic for too long. We're at 40. Hey, let's move on.
On that note, I had a debate on the socials recently about which Atlanta United players are Star Wars characters. Jeff Renneritz is Chewie. He's about that life. He's been everywhere, and nobody knows how old he is. Jeff Renneritz is Chewie.
Swear to God. I don't know how old Jeff Renneritz is. Is he 40?
We know how old he is. We know he's not old enough to sprint and catch somebody. I'll tell you that.
He's 34. He and Jeff Renneritz are the same age.
Yes.
It's like
first of all, don't, Tony, you gotta stop disrespecting Jeff. All right. Jeff helped us win an MLS title. So I know you're not a real Atlanta fan, all right, motherfucker. But Jeff Renneritz, you're not gonna disrespect the man, all right? Period.
Jeff is Chewie. Nobody knows how Chewie is either.
Hey.
Or who else we line up?
Bit of housekeeping this week. On Friday, we're going to be, I believe it's on IG Live with our guys, Elliot and Chenier from River City 93.
Hey, VA, stand up, baby. We back, baby.
Having a happy hour with them on the social, so catch us there on that. Everyone who's already been making the orders for the Coach Your Away jersey, the first round of orders are going to go out on production, so they'll come out to you in about 3 weeks or so, probably before Memorial Day, so be on the lookout for that. The 15% off is still going on at ftcutd.myshopify.com, so get your hats, get your shirts, get your name sets. We're still open. Even though everything is kind of slow, it'll all get done. Matter of fact, for those of you who have been waiting on jerseys to get pressed, I know our guys here up in Lloyd's, I think they're going to be opening up next week, if I'm not mistaken. But let's 4
stars, bitch.
Oh yeah. The promo code for the 15% off is 4 stars at ftcutd.myshopify.com. I know we're running short on time, so let's jump into the 2 up and 2 down. What y'all got?
No, I thought we had a listener question.
Yeah, man.
We do have one. I'll hop in that real quick like and whatnot. We did have some stuff off the Instagrams from Real Sombrero Man 04. I believe that's from New Mexico United. Where do y'all see the USL Championship going? Of course, right now everyone's suspended right now. So, and for those of you who did miss it, USL League 2, which is Division 4, they canceled their season officially last week. So, kind of like the time's ticking on a lot of different leagues. I think everyone but USL Championship is probably going to shut down this year. I don't see how, because it's not like there were a lot of teams in League 1 to begin with either. So, I think just the travel wouldn't be worth it. Of course, the TV money isn't enough to where they can offset having no fans there. So I think that it's going to be real hard, even for the championship, to really have a whole season like that. So if it's abbreviated, I say that's a very fortunate situation. What y'all got?
I want to hear from the MLS haters, TK and Tony, and U.S. soccer haters. What do you guys see USL Championship as?
Tony?
Just so y'all know, Ringo is drunk. That's why he's posing like that. So.
No, go ahead, Tony. I want to hear you really short, and then TK. What is your vision of the USL Championship? Or you're like, what is that? Because I only watch European soccer.
No, that's not the case because I actually watch South American soccer and Central American soccer more than you, ass. In fact, the jersey you're wearing, yeah, it's a Mexican League team, which I gave you, bitch. So,
so
I do watch league outside of Europe. Assholes. If y'all want to really, if he want to call me out, fine. All right. Hence why I'm wearing my Campos kit today, my fake Campos jersey. Yeah, that's
USL though.
Yeah. Y'all like the
what y'all got?
Anyway, so as far as like my vision for his USL and everything like that, I mean, like, it again, it's almost similar to the. I mean, I don't want to say it's similar to the women's game because like they have their plight, but the USL has their plight. But as soon as like they're starting to get this attention, this coverage, and this fandom, that's the thing about it. There's this fandom that was coming around these USL teams on all levels.
Right.
I think that's the part that's like, hopefully that will be the thing that, you know, will able to keep them alive and keep them going. And whether it's they got reboot, rejuvenate, rebirth, and a different name, different club, different ownership, whatever it be, it's definitely going to be a different landscape. And I've said this, you know, almost since day one, that like it's going to be a different landscape when we come back to quote unquote normal times. But as far as the USL, you know, all the different divisions, I hope that energy and effort can keep on continuing. Like, you know, I like the fact that we as a platform are highlighting those clubs and those divisions, and that we can continue to do so. And like the fandom can keep on being like rabid and crazy and then showing that support and saying that like, yeah, hell yeah, USL is a top 10 league or whatever compared to all these other, you know, European and America's teams or whatever. So I just don't, the thing about it is like with the USL teams, I'm obviously not deep enough within their ownership groups and stuff like that to know what their financial books look like that. But my guess is that it's probably not going to be as a big of a coffer as we would hope. It's going to be a different landscape. We're not going to have as many teams. You know, I'm sure there's going to be a couple of divisions that are going to cut loose. There's going to be some teams that are cut loose. It's going to be one of those things. It's definitely going to be like there's going to be a Phoenix Rise and there's going to be a rebirth type of thing. There's going to be teams that do survive, but there's going to be teams that, you know, they might have started out as one name and then came back as another name type of thing. So that's, to be honest with you, Ringo, that's my vision as far as like all the USL clubs and stuff like that. As far as what's going forward, I think it's just going to be a different landscape. It's still too soon to predict how that shit looks, because week by week we're getting updates on like people's financial status.
Yeah, this would technically be the second season of the USL pyramid.
Yeah.
So TK, what is your vision of USL pyramid?
I'm not honestly. My vision, I'd like to see it, you know, be the league that sits under MLS as the feeder league. You know, like in a perfect world, it should look like a promotion league, a relegation. But that's a total different topic. However, if you're gonna be absent of the promotion or relegation, it's got to, you know, look like something that's viable at the very minimum. So you're gonna have something where your owners are invested, the cities where these teams are invested, and then you're going to have a TV rights. There's got to be third-party money, you know, that's going to be coming in to feed this. Otherwise, this all just burns and crashes down to the ground. And very much like Tony said, there probably and most likely will be some reshuffling of the pack, if you will, from some of these teams after post COVID-19. And unfortunately, that's just going to be the way the cookie crumbles. But I hate it for them. But hopefully, maybe there's a stimulus package for USL too.
I sure hope so. I will say this: generally speaking, just aside from what's going on this year, because I do think that whatever plans that they had going into this year and obviously beyond, I know they've kind of been working towards building up a system to where they can do pro rel. Obviously, that's probably going to get derailed for probably a year or two, just because everyone's going to be trying to get stable again after all this shit. So whatever plans they have there is probably going to take a back seat for a minute, just so everyone can kind of get back on their feet. My hope is that they find the markets that MLS isn't giving enough love to, and says that, hey, you can still build soccer with or without MLS. You saw Louisville was on their way to opening up a stadium this year. Like I said, I think that's the first USL team to really build their own full soccer-specific stadium, and that's not in MLS. And I think that a lot more teams need to really get into that. And hopefully, in the next, like I said, 5 years from now, and everything's normalized at that point, they can finally get back on track as far as what they want to do with MLS, with the USL. My dream of dreams would be, hey, they are the second, third, and fourth division. Everyone's doing pro rel, but like I said, in the immediate, they just need to get stable and so that way they can make themselves viable. I think that without they had to figure out a way to make lower division soccer viable to where they don't keep losing teams to MLS. If they don't do that, they're going to keep losing teams, and eventually they'll just be in Macon and Biloxi and Timbuktu, and nobody wants that. They want to be viable just as much as anybody else does. So hopefully they fix that.
I didn't know Timbuktu was in America. I know that. That's
not.
Okay.
We're trying to go into Mexico, so it's only eventually we're going to go into Timbuktu. It's just a matter of time.
Gotcha.
Everything.
You asked us the question. What's your response to that, motherfucker?
All right, so when USL announced that they were going to be a tiered league, I thought that USL was finally going to rise to the occasion to actually challenge MLS for Division I status. Like USL Championship and MLS are gonna combine together, and we were gonna finally I talk shit about promotion relegation, but honestly, I saw the structure that USL was putting together was gonna be the way that American soccer was gonna get promotion relegation. But COVID happened, so USL, you gotta think about it. USL North Carolina, using North Carolina FC, they had Dreamville Fest as a sponsor. Dreamville. J. Cole, it was J. Cole invested in soccer.
J. Cole.
Stop playing. You went to college. Stop playing. J. Cole, his festival spent money to buy sponsorship in a soccer team. That shows a testament that what USL was accomplishing. You had Indy, you had New Mexico, you had Phoenix, you had Charleston. You had all these top division teams in USL doing this dope shit. Then COVID happens. So ultimately I want to see USL challenge MLS for Division I status. USL already knocked off NASL. So they are world beaters. They're king beaters. So they can do it. So it's so if they get the TV deal, they get the sponsorship money, it can happen. But post-COVID, I don't know, man. At the end of the day, I just bought a North Carolina jersey the other day. My money, the way I operate is my money speaks my heart. I will constantly invest in USL.
I just bought my Memphis 901 gear, bro.
My God, you know what I'm saying? It's seriously, anybody listen to this podcast, if you want to see American soccer succeed, invest in USL.
I bought the Memphis 901 shit. I'm yo, it's brand new. I want to see that keep going. Obviously, y'all know. means something to me.
Like seriously, like everybody on this podcast is invested in USL. If you're listening to this podcast, if you want to see American soccer succeed, invest in USL. Buy a season ticket. Like even if it's in the city you don't fucking live, buy a jersey. That is how we continue to grow this fucking sport. Period, man. And that's me.
Oh, and I bought some more Oakland Roots gear too.
But like, hey, Nisa, I honestly like Nisa has to grow on me personally.
It does.
Like honestly, like Nisa came in with dope shit. They talk dope shit, but it's like, yo, you gotta walk it, you gotta talk it. So until Nisa does some dope shit and they get real sponsorship.
You know what? But here it was what's funny though, Ringo. As much shit as I talk about it, like I'm still gonna support our American product. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if I don't do it, then who will?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, yes. Saturday morning, yes, I'm gonna wake up and watch Premier League. Yes, I fucking am. Yes, I'm gonna watch, Borussia. Like I'm gonna watch Dortmund and all that.
But like, Tony, if you keep supporting American soccer, you don't have to wake up and watch that shit in Europe. I
know, and that's what I'm saying.
You can sleep in late, and catch. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Period.
I think our sports window.
Here's like this. My money is going to here, but my time right now, because of what it is going to Europe. That's how it is. And America's, bitch.
I think the key thing is just to remember that American soccer goes beyond just MLS. There's a whole lot more soccer beyond just what we get on Fox and ESPN. There's a lot more shit out there. So go check it out.
Oh, Canada.
But let's get up and down, two up, two down, wrap this thing on up. What you got, TK?
All right. I'm going to make it real quick, or try to. Georgia, we're on that dumb shit, mainly our governor, not calling dumb shit, just to be clear. But he allowed teenagers to go get their driver's license during COVID, and since the state is now reopened, you no longer have to take a driver license test to get administered a Georgia license. So any current teenager with a permit whose parents give them permission can now go get a license.
Go ahead, Billy. Go ahead, get your license. Go out there and do something.
Yeah, go ahead, Joanna. You're only 14. It doesn't matter. You got permission. My other down is going to be, I'm kind of anti-government this week. My other down is...
oh, just this week? Yeah, that's news. Shocker there. TK, never saw that coming.
Yeah, TK, you essentially should just wear a beret, like, at this point. Like, you were anti...
beret and a hoop earring like MJ.
Next week, folks. Coming right at you. I'm hold me to it now. Hold me to it. Anyway. Normally, I'm actually an Air Force child. My mother and my father are both Air Force enlisted and retired. So I've grown up around military bases my entire life. My dad worked in Pensacola, where the Thunderbirds they reside at. That's where they live. Man, I promise you. I went on my porch and tried to watch some planes, but if that wasn't the biggest, dumbest, stupidest motherfucking jerk-off I've ever seen in the last motherfucking 2 weeks, I don't know what it is. Like, the only dumber thing that I've seen was opening up the goddamn state again. Excuse me. And my ups are, shout out to all the companies that are doing awesome promotions, extended trials for to keep people's mentals in the right place, to keep people engaged, and to try and maybe say, oh, well, I never picked up a brown leaf before. Let's see what that's like. So it gives up people the opportunity to try something they never tried before at pretty much zero cost. I know I caught tons of sales in the last month, and I probably shouldn't be spending as much money as I am, but hey, a sale's a sale. You got to get what you get. That's how I work. And my last up is going to be shout out to all the mothers. I made sure that I bought roses for my fiance today. She's about to be a soon-to-be mother, so I want to start that off on the right foot. So yeah, shout out to my fiance Katie. I love you, and we're about to have a happy Mother's Day to all. to all the mothers.
I'm gonna jump in on the second one. I'm not gonna get too deep on the first round. Just if you haven't looked into it already, Ahmaud Arbery, check that out. Look it up. It's a real. Like I said, Georgia's Georgia right now. So of course, this is actually the situation that happened. That actually happened before all the pandemic really got going here, but still, some fucked up shit happening out here. My up, actually, I don't know if I want to say it's an up or not, but kind of piggybacking off of what TK said, planes ain't supporting the first responders like actual stay in your ass home is. So like I said, the numbers have already shown that they're ticking back up because states are trying to reopen, and I get it. This economy is not. I think they're kind of failing the stress test as far as how long they can stay out of action before everything shuts down. But keep being smart out here in these streets. Oh yeah, I do have a minor down. Drake's new shit. Not the wave. Not the wave.
Thank you.
Bro, hey, Pusha T broke Drake, man. Broke that nigga.
Hey, Ringo, I'm just gonna say, like, I thought for sure that you and I would disagree on that. And when it was in our little group chat, and y'all were like, "Yo, what's y'all response to the Drake album and this and that, whatever?" And I was like, fell asleep in that. In the first five tracks, I fell asleep. Sorry, I did. It's boring.
Well, no, this album was a bunch of throwaways. Drake got an album coming.
It is. I get that. Like, I know it's not like, yo.
But Pusha T did break Drake. He broke that, man.
Yes, Pusha,
VA, stand up, man. Grego,
Say,
Greg, hey, there's some heat. There's some heat in the VA, baby. Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony, man. Do your 2 up, 2 downs. Greg, were you done?
No, I have one more question. Just shout
bad.
out to Rashad. Of course, like we talked about last week, he just lost his dad. The services are going on this week for him. Also, shout out to Chris Fox with our feathers. So he actually just lost his dad as well. So, shout out to him as well. But as always, keep yourself up out here in the streets because it ain't over. There's no vaccine, so don't act like shit's just normal just yet. But what y'all got?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. Or I can go. It's up to you.
I'll go. Since I'm darker skinned than you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
propaganda.
Culture. This man trying to say he was darker than me, y'all. Anyway,
bro, I am. Bro, we can get the paper bag out. But go ahead.
Hair. You got red hair. Anyway,
your family like built America.
Whoa, bro. You gonna shit on black excellence? You're gonna shit on black excellence. That's what you're doing. You're shitting on black excellence. Please go ahead. Say what you're gonna say,
bro. The bourgeoisie. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, shit on black excellence. What are you gonna
say?
I'm
telling you, man. W.E.B. Du Bois, boy. Hey,
Down to 10. Down to 10, baby. Down to 10.
Hey, you left Black America behind, bro. I feel.
Anyway, all right. So, I'm still trying to, channel, staying positive. I got 3 up, 2 down. Yeah, I did that. So I'm keeping it going. I'm trying to stay positive. Downs are obviously, I wasn't here last show, but shouts out to, Rashad and his family and all the other families that are going through the struggle right now. Even though that we have all the memes and gifs and jokes about all the things that are going on, but the thing about it, like, people are still going through it and suffering. And I want to say that you are not alone in your suffering. We are here with you. The culture is with you. You're a part of our family. So just like Shad, along with our boy, our homies up in Featherstone. Like, we're with y'all. Y'all are our family. You are not alone in this tough time. So I just want to say that, like, we are all losing valuable pieces of what keeps us going. And so the culture, we're here to support you. Let us know if there's any way that we can help you specifically or your families, or there's other fun. Like, let us know. We'll try to do our best and what we can do in our resources to help you all out. So, I mean, that's a down in the sense of we're losing our loved ones, but at the same time, just like the culture does as always, we get lemons and we make lemonade. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Second of all, this is the total other end of the spectrum. Westworld is over. Damn, I got so many questions. I gotta wait so long for another season. But yeah, damn, like, I gotta say, I used to have the biggest crush on, like, Halle Berry and Jennifer Lopez when I was growing up. Danny Newton, she's my girl. She's my girl. Yeah. And I think she's almost 50 years old too, or whatever. However old she is.
She a different type of sexy. I don't know what it is, man.
Bro, that's my girl. That's my girl. Maeve, Danny Newton, love you. Woo! See, yeah. So I'm sad to see Westworld is over now. All right, so let's go into the ups. Obviously today is Cinco de Mayo. We're recording on Cinco de Mayo. The quote unquote. We talked about, the real Independence Day, but not a lot. Mexican homies. I don't care what you say. Mexican League, MLX. Y'all are what brought me into the game of soccer. I love y'all. I want to give y'all support. Got my compos. I've been schooling my program managers and coaches on Jorge Campos and his contribution to the game of soccer. So I'm happy it's Cinco de Mayo. Me and my brother have been partying all day after work and everything. So it was a happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody else out there. Even though it's a COVID-19 era, we can't do it like we usually do. But I love Cinco de Mayo. Second of all, Westside Future Funds. Last week, we've been doing some volunteering, delivering groceries out to the Westside community. Last week, we had like 20 plus volunteers giving groceries and stuff to the families within the Westside community of Atlanta. Each week has been like more and more volunteers and more families have been like so appreciative of it. I'm just glad to see that. Like, I've been doing this for like almost a month now, and to see the growth of the program and see the growth of everybody involved, and just to see like the true smiles and the faces that we're seeing that we're impacting right away. I know, Ringo, you had a chance this week as well to do some volunteering as well, and just like, it's a tough time, and it's hard to figure out like how you're gonna volunteer. You're putting yourself on the line, and this is like it's a tricky situation. But at the same time, at the end of the day, for me, it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? And so, see what's going on with Westside Future Fund and the volunteering, like, I love it. And the last thing, TK talked about it, but again, it's Mother's Day this weekend coming up. We all have mothers, whether they're alive or not, like, or whatever your relationship is, like with your mother in the past or currently or so. The thing about it is she brought you in this world or whatever. I even give shout outs to my baby mama, Memphis's mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is powerful. That connection between mother and the child is something that can't be replaced. And it's a beautiful bond between mother and the child, whether it be for myself and my mom or my daughter and her mom and stuff like that. And the day that we get to recognize it, it's a beautiful moment. And so I just want to give a shout out to all the mothers out there, even the fathers who are acting like mothers, because we know situations could be the opposite. We can't always assume. So shout out for those who are doing the work the work and everything, continue to do the work, even during this crazy time, the crazy job of being a mom right now at this time period. Shouts out to y'all. So, tip my hat to the moms out there.
You shave, bro.
I did shave, motherfucker. Look.
Yeah. Listen,
But yeah.
Hey, Tony, it's funny. I tried to grow my hair out for the past week. Bro, I couldn't stand myself. I had to shave. I shaved yesterday. I said, it's like, there's no way I'm growing hair again.
Nah, son.
Hey,
nah.
hey, I looked like 10 years older. I looked as old as y'all are. Like.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, I had to pull out the bevel razor. I had to pull out the bevel razor, bro.
Man,
What do you mean by that? I almost look as old as me.
Listen,
I mean,
hey, I'm gonna keep my up. I'm gonna keep it 1 and 1. All right, up and down. No, 2 up, 2 downs. I'm gonna keep it 1 and 1 for a time. All right, so my up. I just want to do a shout out. Like you guys said, man, I want to do a shout out for all the people that are out here doing great shit. Like you're taking the time right now to actually help people in the community. Like there's so many people volunteering right now, and it's so dope that during this isolation era that people are actually getting out their homes and volunteering their time with other people. I love that because in times of crisis, I always go back to the movie Independence Day. Man, it's like in times of distress, this is when Americans come together and we actually show what the fuck America is about. And I love it, man. And my down, white people, I want you to turn the podcast off right now. This is specifically for the black people.
For the blacks.
Like black people, motherfuckers. I'm going to say this shit and I apologize to all the hosts on this show. Niggas. Like niggas, y'all know COVID-19 is affecting us to exponential fucking numbers. But this past weekend, y'all showed levels of niggerdom that I am so disappointed in. Lines of fucking hundreds of people in line to fight fucking shoes.
Wait, what shoes are you wearing? What shoes are you wearing today?
Fucking Jordans. Fucking Jordan in lines.
Hey,
Tony, I bought my shit before COVID, so it don't count. Or it don't count.
Wait. You know what? I blame Grego. I blame Grego for all this. Because weeks and weeks and weeks ago, if y'all recall, we can probably highlight the specific episode. Grego was like, yeah, we ain't cashing. Black people ain't cashing it. Yeah, you see that? Black people ain't cashing it.
No, Tony, that was me. I said it was me. I said the ignorant shit. But black people, the numbers came out. Black people,
y'all know he's lighter skinned than us. He's closer to white.
Bro, we are at risk to COVID-19. And you guys,
that propaganda.
Governors of
y'all,
the
man
states,
up into our
governors of the major states said that motherfucker people can go back us out. So we lost it. Motherfuckers start shooting each other again. Motherfuckers are outside. COVID-19 has increased by 20%. Like understand, motherfuckers don't give a shit about us. Like, you know this. If you know black history, you understand this shit. So sit your fucking ass at home, man. Just chill for a fucking minute, man. Period.
Order your shit online.
Order your shit online. Hibbett Sports. Foot Locker. I'm done, man. I'm done. That's my up and my down. Grego, tell them about the jersey.
Like I said, the orders are about to go out in production. So be on the lookout for that next couple of weeks. Just to kind of cap this off, May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. So, obviously right now, not a lot of people are going out, as far as checking out doctors. There's online resources as well. There's Open Path, there's Calm, there's another one as well. But there are online resources to check in and see where your mental health is. Cause I know staying at home ain't easy. A lot of people out here acting a damn fool, going out to governor's mansions with guns and shit, just trying to get a damn haircut. Like, nah, this shit is.
No, Greg, it's only the white people going to the governor's mansion with guns. Stop.
Hey, I know a lot of homies that went to get haircuts this weekend.
Sorry. I got to cut in. I got to barge in here.
What's up?
Oh, that's a brilliant statement there. I'd like to play a game of what if we were black? What if they were black?
Ooh!
Done.
Listen, I know we have a 98% like listener group, but nigga, black people can't get away with this shit.
Never.
Yeah.
Not today, not tomorrow, not 20 years from now.
Yeah, so don't be crazy because like I said, we're out here having cookouts too. We're out here like on the strip on Old Nat, acting like out here Cozumel, acting like nothing's going on. Trust me.
This dude said Cozumel.
Hey, TK, Ringo, you hear Grego trying to act like he's ITP now. He's like, yeah, you know, old that, like he know what's going on.
Right. He's trying to relate to us OTP.
I heard that.
This weekend, bro. Me and Rashad and him, this is the one thing we've all three said. I've seen so many Teslas in one day. I've seen more Teslas in one day going to Grego's house than I have in the last 5, 6 months, probably the whole year.
Listen, white people are like, what a time to be alive, because black folks are not outside right now. White people's like, hey, MAGA.
But yes, you know, for us, be careful out here. Like I said, this shit ain't over. So be smart and don't be like order your shit online. Get your damn Jordans online. So yeah.
Hey, nah. F them Jordans. Need to get a damn culture jersey, baby.
A mask and your culture jersey. So yes. Of course, the links are still on the social.
I got 2.
So yeah, make sure you get that. But yes, of course, we'll always be on the social. FTC.
UPD.
Okay, like I said, for streaming, I'll take that one. But yes, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, we're still on there, still active and everything. So catch us on there. Like I said, we're trying to apply to this thing as hard as we can, you know, giving y'all content as much as we can. So like I said, on Friday, we'll be on IG with Rivers 93. Look forward to hooking up with Elias Junior again. And yeah, we'll have a good time. But yeah, you know, like I said, just keep continuing to be smart out here. For Ringo, TK, for Coach, for Shad, for the culture, Rego, coaches everywhere. Stay safe in these streets. See y'all soon.